Can you put kindness between the covers of a book? Seth Doane has found an artist who believes you can.
I sort of got quite obsessed with making drawings that encourage people not to give up.
In a quaint barn on the English countryside,
It just sort of came out of nowhere.
there's a man documenting the human condition in its simplest form through sketches about kindness and empathy as we all navigate this new world.
I did a lot of them about one day we'll be able to hug again, one day we won't be wearing masks. Yeah, and Barney, he helps. It's a girl hugging.
Charlie Mackesy's sketches resemble Charlie Mackesy. Whimsical, a tad disheveled, but honest and authentic.
Does it usually start as text or as drawing?
It starts as a feeling. I have lots of close friends who ring me because I'm in sort of lockdown here, but when I hear something said in a conversation, you know, when we're giving each other advice, I think, yeah, that could work as a drawing.
Some of those drawings just pile up.
This is quite a system you have here.
It's really efficient, isn't it?
Others he posts online. I think everyone is just trying to get home, this one reads. Or this from May, life is difficult, but you are loved.
Instagram is a real outlet for you.
It really is. Instagram was sort of a kind of a way in. People responded and we had this dialogue and still do.
That dialogue began when he first started posting a few years ago, and it became a larger conversation as his following grew into the hundreds of thousands, and artist became author.
I didn't set out to make a book.
You were drawing?
I was just drawing away, working on these characters. I suddenly got a flurry of publishers saying, do you want to make a book?
The friendship and simple conversations about life among his four main characters, a boy, a fox, a horse, and a cake-loving mole, became a graphic novel.
This one is from the book, and it's the boy asking, what do we do when our hearts hurt?
Is this a book for adults?
It's a book for anyone.
The idea was only to print 10,000 of these books?
If that, I think.
How surprised were you when it caught on?
Oh, I'm continuing. It hasn't stopped.
It sold more than 2 million copies, spent 51 weeks on the New York Times bestseller list, and been translated into more than a dozen languages.
You must see a difference from this success when you go to the bank.
I don't often go to the bank. And I love that seagull. Of course, you know, it ends the sort of worry about how I'm going to pay the rent. That's really nice.
Was there a worry at one point?
Oh, being an artist, over the years, it's had its moments where you think it's not an easy life. But I just, somewhere in my gut, instinctively felt, persevere, just carry on. You do you.
That is the story of the boy, the mole, the fox.
You Do
and
You
the
is a
horse.
message
I
reflected
hope
in the
you
book.
enjoyed it. I love the story so much because
Oprah read it aloud
Charlie
live
says in the
for the
very
Chicago
beginning of
Public
the
Library.
Tears fall for a reason, and they are your strength, not your weakness. I love that line.
She had a voice for the different characters.
Yeah, that killed me, blew me away. Still does.
Now he's reading it for the audiobook version, which was released this month.
This is my bed blanket.
During our visit, he was still
And then I
recording.
got these on the internet. I'm quite ashamed of this ridiculous construction.
It's good.
And the
In a
carpet
makeshift
and all
studio set up in the barn.
What do you think success is? Asked the boy. To love, said the mole.
You are gonna come here like this, my boy.
Mackesy and his dog Barney are a fixture in the small coastal town of Walberswick.
Hi.
Every day I deface a bit more of the wall.
You're like the local Banksy.
Where his work adorns the local deli.
You've got the horse up there.
He recently did a thank you series dedicated to the frontline workers of this pandemic, including delivery people and shelf stackers. And lines from the book were used by Britain's health service to promote mental health.
What is the bravest thing you've ever said? Asked the boy.
Help, said the horse.
His Instagram posts draw thousands of comments, and he diligently tries to reply.
I got one last night from a guy who said, I decided to ask for help instead of taking my life.
Wow. Do you feel equipped to handle
No.
the depth of these questions?
I'm an ordinary person who struggles with the same things. I'm not on this side of the river saying, this is how you get across. I'm on your side of the river going, wow, that's a big river. How are we going to do this?
Sometimes his friends joke he should reread his own book. Through his characters and their simple yet sage advice about life, Charlie Mackesy manages to distill what's most important about it.
Especially in this world of social media, when we look at these perfect, images of things, of people's lives, and then we go, oh no, what am I? It's good to remember that we all struggle. You've got plenty of critics, so don't be your own critic. Encourage yourself. Be kind to yourself.